All right, today we're reacting to Sokoninaru, and I already lost the name of the song. It's whatever the characters say right there, right there.
I can see that.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
So,
It's that song.
is that a co in there?
That's
Wow.
Come on, Ryan, you've been practicing. Read that.
I can't see that on your freaking screen,
This peacock?
dude.
Is that a peacock?
Let me zoom
Okay.
in. Can you see it now? Does that help? that didn't help. That didn't help, did it?
Sokoni kanji ro. I don't know what the kanji is.
I appreciate the attempt.
Any kanji?
I feel like we have some of the syllables. and
it's
that's
Sokoninaru.
That's Sokoninaru. I don't know what the second part. I see the one that there's an O in the middle of it and
A coup at the end?
Whatever.
Oh, I didn't see the
it's got
thingy.
the things on it, so
I'm actually
We don't know what
surprised
fuck's
you were
called.
able to sound those out in the first
we'll put
place.
it in the
man.
description.
The fact that
You like basically just sounded out Sokoninaru, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize it. That's how
Yeah.
with it I am. With fucking Soko something Naru. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
you're
band
like-
name, you idiot.
You're like, oh shit, that's Sokoninaru.
I'm vaguely aware of what I'm doing at all points.
I'm glad the song's only a minute and a half long, so we can spend this much time on the title.
Right.
Well, you need to spend some
We'll
time
actually
on
have something to watch.
Here we go.
長く辛酸を舐めてそれは錆びた鉄の味僕ら夢見た景色を担うその日を狙って針の花を通すような何度でも戦場を越えてく終わることのない更新いつか報われると僕ら信じてるからやがて手にした勝利が続く国宝はどうにだ目指すそれは王座の彼方いつまでもただ前線を知ってる
Are they in Canada?
kinda
I'm
looks like
almost
it.
positive he just said "Oh Canada" at the end there.
It
Are
did
those-
sound like that. Dude.
So, thoughts so far?
I don't know.
Holy crap.
I'll let it get to the end, then we can talk about it without interrupting it.
Yeah.
All right, keep going. Let's see.
Sokoninaru is one of those bands that's really hard to pause during because you're like, there's never a good place to pause.
Well, they pause enough for everybody. They pause
Yeah.
in the song
Yeah.
like 13 times so far. So they are the champions of pausing themselves.
You gotta catch.
Yeah, then it hits real hard.
This is the first song.
Should we back it up like 10 seconds?
Yeah, that's half the song, sure.
Yeah, here, let's just listen to the rest and we'll talk about it.
国宝はどうにだ目指すそれは王座の彼方いつまでもただ前線を知ってるたどり着く頂上が低く見えるくらいに逃走その先に見る栄光さえも王座さえも超えて
Jesus Christ.
Holy
Damn,
crap.
Good Lord.
I love that.
94
chorus.
seconds
The
well
amount of-
spent.
The amount of
Go ahead.
ferocity they managed to put in their songs while at the same time sounding like sweet is just something. It's just crazy
Nailed it.
because they get. Yeah, I mean, I think you could probably slow that down at half speed, get a 3-minute song, and it would still sound like manic.
I also
Let's do
think you
that.
can make. I also think you can make another song out of what they just did. Like, you could take exactly what they just did, get rid of the like proggy nature of it, and just play like the bass parts of what they were playing, and it would just sound like this catchy sort of like alt rock sound. But they do
Yeah.
so much crazy madness throughout the course of it. It's amazing that you could keep the melody going while being so chaotic because the melody is there the whole time, especially, and it's like you could see it the most in the first verse where they're doing all these stops, but even during these stops and these like super fast drum switch ups and stuff like that, he's carrying the melody the same way that he would if none of that stuff existed. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
They'll do that shit live. That's
Right. Singing and playing at the same time.
Yeah, they've got to be like one of the most in tune bands with each other, like out there, to be able to just like nail those moments of just silence and come right back in so many times perfectly.
Yeah.
I just put up my reaction to them doing the Alien cover and like realizing it's like this is probably a mildly complicated song for them to do.
Mildly complicated
compared to what they do, their original constructs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like these moments of like pure death metal that come in just like out of nowhere, and I'm just like,
awesome.
Where the fuck did that come from? It only lasts like 2.5 seconds too.
Yeah, and his guitar is
so cool.
like barely not a clean tone. It's just like sounds heavier than hell.
For me, I know what they do, like what I've noticed, that whole death metal style. So they're taking the tremolo picking, but putting it in place of chords. Like they take the jazz chords and then they're just pretty much like when I was learning one of their other songs, like, which is interesting because I'm like, why hasn't this been done before? Like that style, like take that death metal elements and put it on jazz.
It gives that weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear bands like Gojira do some of the stuff that you hear from them, but only like it's like 15% of a Sokoninaru song that you hear like that sort of like Gojira type influence or whatever. And then they definitely sound different than every other band because no other band stays as catchy and harmonic and melodic as they do while being as chaotic and just all over the map as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like they give you a respite from the craziness. Like those little rests. They like give your mind a second to catch up, and then they just smack you in the face.
Yeah, it's a trick. That's a trap, bro. Like
as soon as you register, there's a pause. You're like, oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, the more you listen to them, the more you prepare for that next second, which is gonna break your eardrums.
I almost wonder. Hold on. Let's try something here. We're gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna slow this song down. Let's put it at 0.75.
They said all I needed was a new logo and some more
What
exposure.
was that?
Me too, bro. Give me a call.
What the fuck, dude? I really need a
logo.
I really wish you would have caught that last ad when we were recording.
All right. I got the song.
Okay.
Let's play it at half speed.
No, put it on 0.75. You were right the first time.
All right.
See, this is already too fast for me to play. This sounds like normal music, man.
It just
That's fucking crazy.
it really sounds like a normal paced song now.
Is that 7.5?
That's
Yeah.
0.75, yeah.
I always
Wow.
wonder what possesses people to push it that extra 25% and
Because when you have it at this, you sound like a lot of other bands. When
Yeah.
you crank up the speed, you're like,
there's
holy
got to
shit.
be this like underlying competitive nature, but like, okay, we're gonna push it to the next level, which is good. That's why we get fresh sounds. But
That's insane, though.
I
how
would
good
never
that
want to do
sounded.
that.
It was a cool song too at 0.75. That would be like a cool ass rock.
Yeah, it was
song,
groovy.
I don't think I would like
That's
it. I don't
but
think I would
it's
like
super
it that
fast.
slow. I would not like it that slow at all. I do like the fast speed for sure.
You're not.
I think
you're not much of a groove
I think
guy.
if you listen to, okay, yeah, but well,
No,
also I think it's that you
love-
just heard
I
the
love
original version,
groove.
right? Like, so let's say you never heard that original version.
If I heard that slowed down, I wouldn't have liked it.
Oh, I
And-
was gonna let you go.
Oh, what?
What were you gonna say?
No, I love groove wave like 100%, but like this style, like it would have been weird slowed down. It would have been like what you guys said. It would have sounded like every other song that I heard in like the Japanese style of music, you know, to me. But
It definitely wouldn't have been as impressive, but I think that they did enough cool things inside of it that I still would have been like, oh, that's a cool guitar lick. Oh, that's a cool drum switch up. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
it would have been less. Oh my god! But I still think I would have thought it was pretty cool. Personally,
For me, I would wonder, because listening to this type of music, there's so much that they've done in it that just goes right over my head because it's happening so fast. It's like almost too much for my brain to process. So I would wonder, like, how much of my potential audience am I alienating by like grazing past all this stuff so fast? You know?
well, you
maybe
could
It's
always
just my thought.
you could always turn it down to 0.75
wonder
when
if
you
they
do
write-
reactions too. You know, you can watch the normal.
That's a good idea.
Well, I was gonna say with Sokoninaru, a lot.
Do you
of the
think they do that?
Guys, with Sokoninaru, a lot of the progressions are the same. Like they're the same chords. Like he messes with the same chords in a lot of songs. And if you listen, like the last album I listened to, I wasn't the biggest fan of because when you do listen to it, it all sounds like just one song. It's impressive, but it's like it's all you cycling through the same chords, and you'll catch some of the same riffs in multiple songs. So I don't know if that's why, but like when I listen to one song, then I'm like, oh shit, this is amazing. But I remember when I went to go listen to the album, I was like, oh, that's all right. You know what I mean? I was like, because it was just like, you get tired of it. You're like, it's like, all right, fast, stop. And you're like, okay, I'm done. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I could see that happening, especially since, okay, so the first thing I thought of when this song started was this is cool, but it did definitely remind me of the last song I listened to them play, which was, God, I can't remember it was the one where they were doing the music video was like in a warehouse, just like a big open warehouse or whatever. And it was like the stops are really entertaining and like unique. No other bands are stopping as much as they are, right? Until you do listen to like maybe 3 of their songs back to back, and you realize that they do it in all the songs, and you're like, oh, okay, well, this is just like one of the things that they do. You know, but I haven't listened to a whole album all the way through, so I don't have that experience like you do. So right now, I'm perfectly happy just every time I listen to a random Sokoninaru song, being like, that was fucking crazy.
Like for me, like a one random shot by Sokoninaru, I'm good. But to be honest, I can't recall one song. Like, because to me, they all sound the same. I can't really be like, oh, that one catchy lick. I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why
It's like that for me too, because it goes by so fast and nothing has time to sink in. So it like I can't form any kind of personal connection or memory with it because it's just like bye, you know.
That's why.
But that's just my slow brain.
That's why I'm a bigger fan of like where you do like fast stuff like that, but you still have your hook later on or something like that. But it doesn't matter. It's still amazing. Like I said, if it comes on my playlist, I'm like, fuck yeah. But then I'm done after a song. You know what I mean? Champ is frozen.
Champ's
Dude,
either really high or he froze.
Oh my god, I'm screenshotting this. This is so great.
I was gonna say before. I wonder if they write things slower and then just speed everything up, or if they write like they intend to just write shit.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Doesn't Bandmate do that? Like sometimes they'll compose a song and then try to push the tempo as far as they can.
Yeah,
they do. I can't
Just
imagine
sharpen their skills.
Like writing stuff that fast. Like you almost have to figure it out slow, but then decide how fast you want to go, or how fast can you play, drummer.
When I did this song, The Reasoning, that's how I did it. We did it slow, and then we did it at crack speed, and Frank hated me for it. But it was like,
I bet.
It was in the middle of the song. I'm like, this part we gotta do like faster. But I definitely played it a lot slower in the beginning because it was like a really weird waltzing technical riff. I know for that one I did slow and then sped it up later. But yeah, I can't imagine. But maybe if you're used to writing at that speed, you just like to you it's slow.
Yeah, your brain gets used to the speed.
Yeah, it's just like when you're playing live shows and then you watch it back and you're like, why are we playing it double time? Like, why is it like 3 times faster?
The adrenaline from playing live.
Yeah.
Every time Metallica plays Master of Puppets now. That's what happens.
That's why when we started playing to a click, it would like, I remember when we first implemented it, this is like years ago, we weren't used to it, right? We just go on stage and like go crazy. But when we implemented the click, it was fucking wild because it felt like so slow. You're like, is this the right tempo? This can't be the right tempo. This is not right. But it actually is.
Isn't that crazy how that adrenaline like heightens your senses so much that time actually feels different?
That's why I wake up in rage. That's why I gotta wake up and rage. You gotta get the adrenaline going. You gotta. Champ's like, no. All right, guys. Anything else you want to say before I end this recording?
I am good.
Good stuff. I liked it.
Thank you for
pure 90 seconds of enjoyment.
See you in the next one.